My name is Darby Oliver, and this is my speech about barrel racing. Here is my audience. Two bodies, one mind, and a 55-gallon barrel. That is the sport of barrel racing. The good, the bad, and the downright ugly side of barrel racing. Barrel racing is the only women's pro rodeo sport. I have been barrel racing since I was 6 years old, and I have experienced a lot of intense situations in my 12 years taking part in the sport. I have also obtained a lot of knowledge from my coach that has been barrel racing for her entire life, and as well as a certified trainer. I will explain the three basic parts of barrel racing, which are the good parts, the bad parts, and the downright ugly parts of it, which are the wrecks. Let's start by bringing out the good in barrel racing and showing why so many cowgirls enjoy the sport the way I do. Barrel racing is the only women's pro rodeo sport. It gives us women the chance to compete in rodeos doing something we all love. There is no better feeling than the one you receive in those 15 seconds of hardcore action in the arena. The relationships you build with your horse, as well as with the other cowboys and cowgirls, are priceless. I would not trade those relationships I've built with all the other cowboys for my life. As great as barrel racing does sound, there is a bad side that each barrel racer has to overcome. Between the vet bills and the maintenance and the horse, the expensiveness of the horse, but throw all the costs of tack into that, it's a never-ending money pit. Tack is all the equipment you have to rodeo, which is going to be your saddle, your bridle, your reins, your overreach boots, which are your boots that the horse wears to protect its hoofs when it tries to run faster. Sometimes it reaches up and grabs its front feet. It protects its hoofs. And then there's this. This is the quirt. This is basically every barrel racer's best friend. This is if you train your horse well enough that when you tap your horse with this, it's going to be able to, it'll run faster and know that it is time to go as fast as it can and run as fast as it can. If you use this, you will win. Another thing to use while you're barrel racing is your hat. This may seem so small and so simple and like nothing, but in the PRCA and in the WPRA, they take it very seriously. If you enter the arena for a race without this hat on, you receive a 15-second penalty, which ends up being a 5-second penalty onto your actual time, which with a 5-second penalty, you will lose the race and you will have no chance of winning after that. The cost of traveling to rodeos is very expensive as well. After you add the cost to travel, the cost to enter the rodeos, the cost to stay overnight, the cost to board your horse while you're there, as well as the wear and tear on your truck and trailer, it gets very expensive, especially when only 1, 2, and 3 girls get money. You may compete against 50 girls that whole night, and only the top 3 will walk away with money. That makes it very hard to pay for all those bills. You've heard the goods, the bads of barrel racing, but now let me introduce you to every barrel racer's biggest fear, downright ugly side of it all, the wrecks. When traveling upwards of 35 miles an hour with nothing to protecting you between you and the ground and the horse, there cannot always be the best outcome. Barrel racing is an extremely dangerous sport. Horses trip just like humans do. The ground cannot always be perfectly flat, and accidents do happen. When horses fall, it is the most frightening thing in the world. As you slam into the ground, as the rider, the only thing you can think of is, oh my gosh, is my horse okay? Is my horse going to get up from this wreck? Did he break his leg? Those are the only things you can think. You are not even worried about the injuries to yourself. There is also the other side of the accidents. You are dealing with another human being, living animal. So there is going to be times when they have their temper tantrums just like humans do. And when that happens, all you can do is try to calm the horse down and basically hold on for dear life and pray that you are not going to get bucked off, because it is very dangerous, and when you do, I have personally witnessed girls become paralyzed and not be able to walk for the rest of their lives based on falling off a horse because their horse decided to freak out. This is barrel racing in a nutshell. It does not even begin to describe the heart and soul that goes into every 15-second ride. Now that I've showed you the good side, the bad side, and the ugly side of it all, you do begin to see what barrel racing cowgirls go through on a daily basis. Barrel racing is not easy, and in any possible light, yes, it is very fun, women's pro rodeo sport, but from money and cost to the bone-breaking wrecks, There's nothing about it that makes it safe or a slow-paced sport. Barrel racing should never be taken lightly. It should always be taken as very seriously. Hence why we have the WPRCA, which protects women in the arena and makes it so they can be competitive with the boys. In all my years of barrel racing, I have learned one thing, that barrel racing can be described in 6 short words. 3 barrels, 2 hearts, and 1 dream. Thank you. And this is my audience once more.
That's
No to the audience was figuring.
I feel like I'm watching a TV for some
It didn't shut off yet. Did it?